So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all do it on Facebook, Instagram. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. So stop wasting your time watching other podcasts. It's the only one you need.
Yo, what's up? At the hottest podcast in the city, the smartest dumb people. I'm here with my nigga, that dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share, tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is? It's the smartest dumb people.
See, man, when you get that type of money, he literally sleeping with other people. So, like, this was a story.
This is the best podcast in the city.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering.
You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, scripting it.
That's how I'm living on 2 bucks.
You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat. Into it.
But I also met with
Team, they know she likes to go outside, play soccer by herself. We have make sure like Snoop Dogg, he's an icon in all facets of life. Biggest icon in the world. But
I feel like they cheat stupid. They gonna get caught. Yeah, they cheat with their dick like we cheat with our mind. I feel like
no more. But before I let you explain that, I want to show a little clip of a little monster.
I'm on Pandora, YouTube. I'm on
Welcome. This is the smartest dumb people, and I'm the host, Anthony, that dude Johnson. And always, it's gonna be somebody to table with me. Today, ain't nobody to table with me. But I do got my cousin in the building, Braun T in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, cuzzo. Look, man, this is the smartest dumb people. We were supposed to have a show yesterday. Leland got busy, working 2 jobs. It's a lot going on. But the smartest dumb people still around, still the hottest podcast in the city. We got a lot to talk about, cuz. I hope you're ready for this conversation. What you up to, man?
I'm ready. I'm cooling. What's good with you?
Shit, cooler, man. Another day, another dollar. Just got off my second job. I'm tired, but shit, this is the 3rd job, so let's get to it, man. This is the smartest dumb people. How your week been?
So far, so good. Can't complain,
Yeah.
Blessed.
What's today? Wednesday? Man,
Wednesdays.
The week been flying by, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I just been staying busy and working and really staying focused. That's all you can really do these days is stay focused. We got a lot to talk about. So what's his name? Charlie Kirk. He got assassinated today, which is crazy work. Unalived is what they said we could use online. He got unalived today. I actually got the video. I will like to warn people, viewer discretion is advised, but it is bleeped out, so you can't actually see his body, but you can see the actual shooting. And they got the shooter on the roof. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God.
Wait, Cody, go, run. Oh. Not counting gang violence. Great.
En Cox, siempre estamos.
Right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from, over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying,
All right, so that's the actual clip, man. I thought that was very disturbing. It's probably we living in dark times, bro. We just watched an assassination in real time, live TV, millions of people watching. Nothing like JFK or anything like that, but even to me more gruesome because even though the JFK situation was televised, it wasn't. The world is watching this constantly. Even kids got access to it. Teenagers, it's right there. Dude gets shot in the neck and gushing blood profusely, and it was disturbing to watch, man. I'm a little shooken by it myself. What you think about the clip, cuz?
I think it was very sad. They said his daughter was in the tent, which is very unfortunate. on the circumstances. You know what I mean? I think it's deeper than rap. I hear a lot of people online ranting and raving. I really didn't get to really tap into the storyline behind why he got shot, but a lot of people seem to be upset about it. They seem to be cool with him. You know, no, I don't want to say that. I don't know how to really. They they don't seem like it's a problem that he got shot. They seem like it
Well,
was a reasoning behind it. I don't understand the reasoning
they
yet,
saying that he was a
but it was
conservative.
gruesome.
They said that he was a conservative, and he said that people that from the LBG community should be shot and things like that. They said he said a lot of vulgar things. Matter of fact, this is a clip of him speaking on a murder that happened. Let's watch. Let's just watch the clip and give people an idea of his personality, and then we'll go from there. Let's just watch this.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, you've probably heard the situation that happened in North Carolina. Say the name Irina Zarutska. Irina Zarutska was just riding public transit. By the way, she was a refugee from Ukraine, of all places, and she came to Charlotte, North Carolina. And a terrible person, well, you saw what happened. I can't describe it here on TikTok without some sort of community guideline being violated. But if you haven't seen the video, you absolutely should. This individual should not have been on the streets, 14 prior arrests. And it really makes you wonder, why are we putting up with this? Why are we allowing so many people that have committed these crimes to keep on being released? The magistrate judge continued to release this individual, and this is a horrific thing. You know, it's really interesting. The media was totally covering George Floyd, tens of thousands of articles, reconfigured and changed the entire American body politic. Yet when it came to Irina Zarutska, the entire media was quiet, silent. In fact, we forced them to cover the story. Why do you
All right, so that's the clip of him and what he's about. They said that basically he's like a mega supporter and is on the side of Trump. Now, I don't have no dog in this politic fight at all. I really don't. And I don't give a damn about politics. I give a fuck about humanity. And I feel like personally, to see somebody murdered on TV or on camera or whatever case may be was very disturbing. And it just goes to show you, when it comes to politics, a lot of people don't realize politics is one of the most violent people. When it comes to what they did to storming the Capitol, when it comes to
What they believe in, what people
yeah,
believe in, they
politics.
definitely will hurt you behind that. You know what I mean? And what's interesting is that I seen that they arrested an older gentleman in the situation. I don't know if he had nothing to do with it or not. It just seems to me like everything. Anytime somebody get assassinated, it's always like a conspiracy theory, and I think it'd be deeper than we can even imagine. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think.
Like, I think in the next few days we'll get a better understanding of
I heard he was an
who,
ass.
what, and
I
why.
heard he was an asshole. I heard he was a piece of shit to people that aren't on the right side. But to be
Mm,
honest with you, bro, I'm not into politics. I just
mm,
what I seen was inhumane, and for people to be talking about this man being murdered on camera in
gruesome.
front of his wife and kids at that gruesome footage that we saw, it just we got to get back to being humans. We so desensitized, bro, that the world is coming to an end. In my personal opinion, evil is winning. Evil is winning because we, as humans, we're sitting up here arguing about this dude's beliefs and not the fact that he was shot in the neck in front of his wife and kid. That's where, remember how they said we waiting on the world to change and all that shit when it came to like John Mayer, and then you had Where's the Love with Black Eyed Peas. In my personal opinion, bro, we're losing sight of what's most important, which is humanity. Without humanity, the world will crumble. I hate to get deep like that, but that's just the truth. You gotta have some sense of fucking empathy for what happened to this man, and who gives a fuck about what he felt about the LBG community or what he gave a fuck about Latin Americans going back to their country or whatever he was saying. I don't give a fuck. All I seen was a human being being murdered today, and we're sitting up here. We got people laughing about it. We got people saying that's what he get.
Celebrating it. We got people
Yeah,
celebrating it.
yeah,
Very
bro. Like
unfortunate.
it's, it's
Very
fucking.
unfortunate.
Let's talk about the girl that was murdered on the train, and then we'll bring in the topic of should they bring in a
Wait,
national
wait.
guard.
Let me ask you something about that situation with the chick. I didn't understand the footage initially. I didn't
I
know if it
got the
was a
footage. I'm
murder.
about to show you the footage.
All right, go ahead.
Let me
Tap
show
in.
you the footage. We'll be right back.
All right.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too is just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened, until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. CAT says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass transit.
All right, so again, that's the clip that you did not see, and that's the clip that old boy Kurt was talking about. But I will say this, man, that what that was that we just witnessed was mental illness, you know, and I'm telling you, mental illness is at an all-time high, and we instead of us actually helping these people or getting these people help due to laws and regulations, I've done my research on this stuff because I got a couple family members that are walking the streets right now, walking and talking to themselves and having schizophrenic thoughts from doing drugs and some other shit. And I've done my research. The state will not get involved unless they are willing to sign themselves over. Now, the problem with society right now is mental health is at an all-time high, and it's bad. Like, a lot of people are walking around mentally sick, unmedicated, and we don't have the First Amendment to helping them. As far as in their right, it's up to them to get the help. So if they don't want the help, the state is not going to require it. So that's why you got so many people walking around like this guy that stabbed a young lady in the neck that just got off work for no reason and murdered her. But we got to have a system set in place for people that's mentally sick. Like I said, even if you see, as a police officer, you see somebody walking around talking to themselves and like doing strange shit, you should have the right to pull over and figure out, probably need a mental health crisis specialist with you or something like that. But we need to take some of these people that's mentally sick off the streets because they are murdering people for no reason. I personally keep my head on the swivel around mentally sick people, even my own family members, because I know at any moment they're willing to lose their life or risk their life going to jail for the rest of their life behind some stupid shit. What's your opinion, cuz, on the actual video?
Well, one, when I initially seen the video, I didn't see that it was actually a suspect that was going to murder a young lady in cold blood. I think it was very unfortunate for the young lady, and it's sad to see. You know what I mean? And as far as mental health and illness, man, it's very unfortunate, especially our people. When I say our people, I mean people with our hue, our skin tone. I think that that's sad that we ignore that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of things unfortunate events happen due to the fact that we do ignore mental healthness amongst our community. Very sad, dude. Very sad situation.
And like I said, I think mental illness is at an all-time high. Just like I do. Listen, I work in the field with people that have intellectual disabilities. I don't know if they're putting something in the water. I don't know. I just know that mental health disabilities are in a crisis right now. And
well, it's a difference. It's a difference when I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think it's a difference when you got an expectation of someone that's diagnosed with a disability as opposed to never get diagnosed. I think our community, we don't get diagnosed, and I think that's what the situation and the circumstances be. A lot of times we don't know what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? That's even with our own children, anybody. You know, like you said, anybody in our family. You know,
Yeah, like, and
even ourselves.
due to the fact that my kids had a bloodline of bipolar disease, schizophrenia, I always monitored them. I did. Like, respectfully, I monitored my kids because I knew that they had the capability, their bloodline, they had the capability of maybe having these mental health issues.
Well, that's it,
I'm sorry?
dude. Dang, I don't mean to interrupt you. You know, I'm just getting into this podcasting. But what I was gonna tell you is that, see, what's fortunate is that you knew about the bloodline. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't even know about the bloodline because their parents didn't get diagnosed. So it's some circumstances, you know.
yeah,
So it's good. It was good that you were able to look for that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Did we talk about the dude that wife had 3 babies and none of them was his, and he wound up shooting her behind that? Did we have that conversation last show? It was me, you, and Nisi.
I don't know if we had the conversation. We privately spoke about it, but we didn't tap into it too
Let's tap
much.
into it. Let's tap into it
Bet.
now. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
All right.
Imagine being married to your wife and you have 3 kids with her, and then you find out that one of the kids is not yours. That means that your wife cheated on you. Crazy. How about if you found out that 2 of the kids that you thought were yours are not? Your blood is probably boiling at this point. Well, guess what? In Deshaun Flood's case, this man found out that all 3 of the kids were not his. And to make things even worse, not only was this woman cheating on this man, she was cheating on him with his relatives. So the kids belong to his relatives. After getting this information, Deshaun decides to go down to his wife's job and confront her about it. She sees him coming and runs inside of one of her co-workers' car. That didn't stop Deshaun from shooting her multiple times. And when she tried to run while shot, Deshaun chased her down and pistol whipped her. After hearing the gunshot, some of the co-workers called the cops. The cops came, arrested Deshaun, and the wife made it to the hospital where she survived. There are some people on the internet that are saying it's a valid crash out because not only was she cheating on him, she was cheating on this man with his relatives. And others are saying that they believe that he took it too far.
Following breaking news out of Sterling Heights, where police say a husband shot his wife in her work parking lot. That shooting happened at the Pomeroy Living Center on 15 Mile near DeQuinder. Gina Vici has an update on the victim's condition and the investigation.
Yeah, this is still a very active scene behind me. Take a look at this. Look at the bullet casing markings on the ground here. Sterling Heights police saying around 8 o'clock this morning they received a 911 call that a woman had been shot in the parking lot here at the Pomeroy Living Center off of 15 Mile near DeQuinder. We're told an employee was shot by her husband in the parking lot. We're told they both lived in the city of Warren and that the husband came up to his wife's employer and shot her several times. Police thankfully were able to respond to the scene within seconds. The wife was rushed to a nearby hospital where she is still alive. Police encountered the husband who was armed with a revolver and were able to take him into custody. Here is Captain Mario Bastianelli talking about the moment officers encountered the gunman.
Like I said, our officers were here, very quickly. So, which makes all the difference in the world of somebody with a gun and they're actively shooting at people. So this happened to be a targeted incident because it was a domestic situation. But you never know how these things are going to transpire, right? How they're going to work out. Officers show up, you have a guy with a gun, Does he go peacefully or does this end up, turning into a shootout with our officers? It's a, very stressful situation on everybody, including our officers arriving. All in all, a good ending to a bad situation.
Again, we're told the female victim is expected to survive despite being shot.
All right, so that's the actual clip. I changed the camera view because the black that you got on your screen was kind of fucking with my eyes. I want to be the first to say, man, I don't know if I'm.
Dude, you funny.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm just an emotional creature, but like, bruh, I feel the dude. And I wish Leland and LaRon was here to have this conversation because I know what they'll say. They'll be like, you go kill a chick over some sucker shit. No, like, he lost his whole family in one day, dog. Like, he raised those kids and he lost his family in one day and found out that those kids wasn't his. I think that was the definition of a crime of passion. And I keep trying to tell people, like, I am very emotionally intelligent, but I will crash out for the right reasons. I'm human. You say you won't, because that's what the typical man say. But I'm just trying to be transparent. I will crash out for the right reason. What's your opinion on the clip, cuz?
I think that he gonna beat the case, and it's gonna be a valid crash out. He might do a year in a psych ward due to the fact that it was a passionate crime, which you already mentioned, which I was already thinking. And I think it's unfortunate circumstances. I think that that women should be honest. Like, I mean, why would you play with someone, especially when it comes to children? I think that's just very unhealthy, and that could be a form of mental illness to even try to get away with something like that. So, is the crash out valid? Absolutely. And do I think it what I would have done it? It's not cool to even say if you ain't in those situations, you can't be like me. But I'm gonna say, do I think that what he done was right? No, I don't. I don't agree with the behavior. Not at all, sir. I think that, once you found out the first kid wasn't yours, I think that it was pretty much already written from that point on. You know what I mean? And I think that you should have just. I don't know how you move on from that, especially when it's your relatives that had the baby with the chick that was your old lady. So, very unfortunate circumstances, dude. Very unfortunate circumstances.
All right. Somebody said, I understand how he acted that way. He is lucky she didn't pass away. Yeah, of course.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's why I said
he beat a
he ain't
murder.
going.
He beat a murder charge. And
No.
listen, this podcast is about being genuine, authentic, and telling our truth, or as far as in how we feel and our emotions. And like I said, me being emotionally intelligent, they say, I think somebody said this to me. If you're willing to crash out, you're not emotionally intelligent. I'm just being honest. I love hard. So
I think I told you that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love hard, bro. And if my lady, my wife, I got 3 kids with her, and I find out that the 3 kids ain't mine, and she just supposed to go on about her day, no, that. Listen, bro, there are legitimate crash outs in this world, and people got to stop playing with people. That's just the truth.
Well, I don't think nothing's worth death except for a few if something happened to your kids due to unfortunate event. I don't really think too many things is worth death. You know what I mean? Unfortunately the man got misled to thinking that he was about to have children and they wasn't his. So I don't know that might be worth the crash out for certain individuals, not me. I don't think it's worth the crash out. I'm gonna keep it 100. I value life.
Yeah, I do too. But dog, I'm just like I said, I'm just on the panel trying to be as transparent and open and honest as possible. I would be sick to my stomach, even right now.
No, and I don't want you to think that. Mm-hmm.
Like even right now with Aviana and Navion, if I found out that, like, I've never had a doubt that those are my kids, bro. And if I literally found out that my kids wasn't my kids and they was yours because you was fucking my wife, y'all dying. Y'all dying today. Like,
my kids is your kid. I'm just playing. I'm joking. That was bad. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry, dude.
No, but that is a real thing. All right, let's talk. We want to talk about a crash out. I've been wanting to talk about this fucking video for months, and
what's
now
the video?
I have. This is a real crash out. It's a girl that was delivering Grubhub, and she did not pick up the woman food. She said the woman goes to her house and tears her whole car up because on the Uber app, it shows you where your driver is located. The woman went and found the Uber driver's house and tried to get her to come outside and fight her and tore the Uber driver's car up. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. She passed Friars to come here.
Now at 6, Milwaukee police investigating a frightening encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say a customer allegedly followed Faith Morris home because of an undelivered food order.
Our Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan spoke with Faith today about her push for policy changes at DoorDash.
She picked up one of those bricks off of the neighbor's lawn and she threw it onto here.
A smashed windshield.
This looks like she was beating my car with the four-way.
A hammered hood.
Knocks my rearview mirror off, busts this window, and the whole window out here.
And passenger side windows now in pieces on the ground.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver.
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
Now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
This search warrant says Faith was unable to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection with the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, "You just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location."
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all, yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ4 a statement that says, "This customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the Dasher directly to offer our support." The Milwaukee Police Department says the investigation is ongoing. We are seeking a known suspect at this time.
What do you hope happens to the person who did this to you?
I hope that they don't take this lightly at all. What she did, this is not warranted a 10-piece chicken wing.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
All right, so that's the clip, man. And Carl, that's to me a crash out that was pointless.
Hey, dude, can I start off by saying something?
Yes, sir.
That was cute. She had the baby. One, she had the baby, and two, the insurance ain't paying for that, dude. You think the insurance the insurance ain't paying for that?
Why not?
That's why she's trying to holler at DoorDash. Well, I think that's why she's trying to get with DoorDash and let them know that they liable for the circumstances. Nah, but you already agreed to all that. When DoorDash, when you sign up for DoorDash,
if I got full coverage and I go outside right now, my car is totaled. Full coverage pays for that. Why wouldn't it?
you bet. I mean, I think it's important that you read the fine print. I think that full coverage is if you crash into something, a car or something like that, or someone steals your car. It might have something to do with vandalism, because that would be considered vandalism. And I don't know if your insurance would cover that. It depends on what kind of insurance you got. If you got the general or if you got Allstate. Like I didn't have good insurance companies where they ain't asked me no questions, and then I had insurance companies where they wanted me to prove everything. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. That's interesting though.
Yeah, well, me personally, I thought that's the ultimate crash out. I thought it was. At first, I thought it was hilarious. What up, Trav? Trav in the comments. I thought it was hilarious that somebody would go to those links, but I do think the lady ate the wings. This is the kicker. I think she ate the wings. And to me,
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Anytime someone's delivering your food that you don't know is, hey, listen, it's dangerous. So why would you even get mad? You know what I mean? Like, I don't do DoorDash. I promise you this. I don't do DoorDash or Uber Eats. I seen all the memes. I think the jokes are funny and cute, but I really believe those. I think those are based on a true story, and I don't play those games. I'd rather go get my own food. I ain't that lazy.
Trav said she pulled her big ass up to the house to get the wings. Why she just didn't try to get her chicken? You know, and again, I will say this publicly. We are trusting strangers with our food. We are trusting strangers getting in cars and Lyfts and Ubers. We are trusting strangers. There's no psychological evaluation for these people. There's no psychological test that they're taking. All they are proving that they have a driver's license and a vehicle and valid insurance. You know how many murderers is walking around with valid license, insurance? You know what I'm saying? So we are asking to bring strangers to our home to deliver some food. What happened was...
Wait, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever ordered Uber Eats or anything like that?
None of that shit. I don't do
Have you ever seen the drivers? Oh my God, they're people that I don't even want to say this because I ain't gonna lie, I would do Uber
Shout
if
out
I'm
to Larry.
hurting.
Yeah,
Hey, dude, this real talk, dude. I do Uber if I need to, but what
my
I'm
man,
telling you is that I'm not normal. But
bro,
I seen some Uber drivers.
you are asking strangers to pick up your food. I'm gonna be honest with
Never,
you, it's some sick
never.
motherfuckers out there. I can't leave my
Never.
listen.
I can't even barely trust anybody to cook my food, dude.
Listen,
Never would I want them to pick up my food. Never.
I can't even trust my pop to be in an employee's lounge over the night. I'd be like, somebody,
Can I make I got a confession, Anthony.
huh?
Anthony Dude Johnson. I got a confession.
Yeah.
Okay, one time I did Uber. Okay. All right, listen. One time I did Uber and I was taking somebody's food and I kind of like ate their food. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like for real, for real. Hey, dude, listen, real talk. My old lady was crying. She thought I was totally out of line, and I told her I was out of line. But hey, listen, I quit after that because I realized I had no respect for the delivery service, and I said, you know what? I'll never trust nobody to do that for me. That's real talk, dude. That's based on a true story, dude. Hey, believe that or not,
Hey,
I caught myself trying to make some extra cash.
hey.
It didn't work out.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, Caucasian.
Already?
Already.
Damn.
This is the third shift. I'm on my third shift, bro.
No, I'm respecting it. No, I'm sorry if I'm acting inconsiderate.
Worked 2 jobs today. Still gave the people what they wanted.
Me
They
too.
wanted to make sure the
Me
smartest
not.
had a show, huh?
No, I kind of had a light day. I ain't gonna lie. I was moving like, hey, dude. We was talking. Can we? All right, never mind.
Yeah, leave it. Yeah. Hey, look, y'all people. Anthony, that dude Johnson, Brawl T in the building. Y'all have a great
Shout
night.
out Leland.
Shout out to LB the Great. He probably gonna call me after the show. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Hey, yo, what's up? Have you seen the Smartest Dumb People podcast?
Yo, are you dumb?
I'm getting smarter just thinking about it. Politics, sports, your mama, whatever. The Smartest Dumb People podcast cover everything. With Anthony that dude Johnson and special guests, you're about to learn everything you need to know about everything you need to know. Man, I even had to buy a new pair of glasses after watching the show. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all join on Facebook, Instagram. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. So stop wasting your time watching other podcasts. It's the only one you need. Y'all know what it is.